Welcome back to another episode of the Kings Pulse podcast presented by the Kings Herald. My name is Brendan Nunez. Got Chris Watkins.
Glad to be
Sports
back.
1140 in the building. We're sitting here after the Sacramento Kings beat the Utah Jazz, the resilient Utah Jazz. Not really, by the way. The Kings just let anybody in the game. But we're sitting here in Golden One Center right after the Kings won that game. They came out on top. What was the final score on this one? 121 to 113. First of all, what's up, Chris? Big time at me now, man.
Bro, I was sorry. I was actually, just to continue the big timing thing, I wasn't listening to anything you just said.
I didn't say anything important.
I was just looking at the attendance was the exact same as yesterday, and yesterday was an attendance record. So I guess today also ties back-to-back days of tying an attendance record here.
At one point, Frankie and I looked around, and you weren't a part of this because you're not allowed to sit with the cool kids.
Nope.
And all of the lower bowl, like behind areas.
Oh yeah, like the standing room.
Filled.
Yeah.
Yes, it's filled there. The Sierra Nevada Lounge or whatever, which they better sponsor this damn pod.
Right.
Was packed. This entire place is packed, man. For it to be 18,151. I feel like I remember a time earlier in this year it was like 17,8 something.
Yeah.
And that was a record. So just keep on climbing.
They're filling it up, bro. They are filling it up.
But real quick, I guess game plan for today is to go through a little bit of this Utah game. Obviously, everybody was hoping Sacramento would be able to clench tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't end up happening. So we'll walk through what we think is the scenario for that to work. Nobody has any clue.
Nobody has
the point.
any
That's
idea.
Been a point of confusion for everybody in this building. Literally everybody, including Mike Brown.
Yeah.
Like everybody in this building.
No, nobody even knows where to start.
We have no clue, but we will attempt to.
We'll hopefully
just
figure it out.
Explain what we don't understand.
Or we'll stay on long enough until somebody else puts it out,
like,
and then we'll just regurgitate.
Mr. Franklin, where are you at? And we're going to talk about Slamson's birthday, which
is my favorite day
of the episode.
Yep.
And then we're also going to talk about Keegan Murray getting closer to breaking.
Someone might actually believe that. Like, I don't want to listen to today's show.
No, that's the plan. You better be here. We're going to get closer to breaking Keegan Murray breaking the rookie 3-point record.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk a bit about just ending the drought. Keegan talks about as well. And then also the defense of this team, because it's another night where the first half defense is atrocious. Second half defense is an entirely different story. And we're going to have post-game quotes from Keegan Murray, defensive player of the game, Matthew Dellavedova.
Talk about that.
I think this is the first time we've ever talked to Matthew Dellavedova.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
I guess people have probably
maybe
got him
during
in
shoot around
room.
Or something. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't even know, dude. Like, obviously I know Delly's accent.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, I feel like that's the first time I've heard it in person.
I did also have that feeling that I was like, I don't think I've ever heard him talk in person.
Yeah. So we'll have quotes of that. And then we got some Coach Brown quotes in here as well. We got an all-time Keegan Murray moment tonight.
We did, yes.
Post-game.
Yep.
Nothing crazy, but like typical monotone Keegan.
It was just very on brand.
It was very on brand. So to start with today, obviously the last time 2 games ago, Sacramento had just played this team in Utah. Again, it's the exact same guys that are out from Utah's point of view. No Lauri Markkanen, although he was doing some sprints and crazy warm-ups in pregame, but looked exhausted at the end of it. But no Lauri Markkanen, no Colin Sexton, no Jordan Clarkson, and no some other guy that doesn't really play. That was super disrespectful of me. But that's what we're rolling with.
Though.
Actually, I do have it.
I was like, where's the starting lineups?
No. Oh, my God.
You're so disrespectful, bro.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Actually, I really thought it was a 2-way,
bro.
I really thought it was one of their 2-ways. Oh my God, I saw Rudy Ndoko earlier today. Actually,
Colin Sexton.
I mentioned Colin Sexton.
Oh.
But wow, Rudy Gay. Wow, my bad.
Disrespectful.
Rudy. I saw him in Ndoko earlier today and was
really
surprised that nobody was stopping him.
He's a big boy, isn't he? Not. He's like 6'9", 6'10", legit. Yeah.
I think he picked up some Chipotle. Chipotle's always a move. It's always a move. Did he play in this building? Yeah, right.
Yes. Yeah, okay. Yeah. He got hurt like right there, right where Jake's standing right now is like right where he popped his Achilles.
Tough.
I was here.
Tough.
It was not fun.
Really? Okay.
Bro, yeah, I mean, I can go on. It was very unfortunate because I remember this is how terrible I was. I definitely remember thinking he like got hurt like a week before the trade deadline. It was like we were definitely going to
You're wild. I mean, I feel it, but yeah. All right. Okay. Anyways, and Rudy is still currently hurt.
Yep.
And from Sacramento's point of view, coming into tonight, it was obviously like, don't let the same shit happen again. No De'Aaron Fox, by the way. He's still got that right hamstring soreness, and it's totally precautionary. He could have played tonight. We got the typical, if this was a playoff game, he'd be playing. Which, by the way, do you remember when Alvin said that last year and everybody freaked out? Yep. This guy doesn't, like, that's so disrespectful to say to this fan base. Like, it's a very normal saying.
It is. Yeah.
I get why it triggered some people, right? But
well, yeah, especially when you're in a losing situation. Right. When you're in a losing situation, it's, well, why aren't you playing? Because we need you to win games. And then when you're winning games, it's like, okay, actually, no, take your rest because we've already won games. Hey, shout out Figs.
So coming into today, it was like, you can't let the same shit happen. And there's no De'Aaron Fox, but you do have Davion Mitchell, who I think has actually been playing pretty well recently. And more specifically, like, he's been doing his normal thing on the defensive end, but he's been playing within himself offensively.
Yeah.
There was a stretch in that, let's see, where do I have it written here? At the end of the first quarter, or maybe at the beginning of the second, somewhere right around there. It was at the end of the first. Davion had a shot with about 30-some seconds left that was a little much. It looked like he was going for a 2-for-1. Nobody else touched the ball. He shot it from the top.
No, that was
of the
definitely
three.
a 2-for-1.
It was absolutely him attempting
a
2-for-1. But then right after, you see Mike Brown on the bench, like, put his hands in the air and look at his bench like, what is that? And not long before, Mezzi threw up an early shot.
Bro, oh my God, where he hit the other side of the glass.
He almost broke the
Yeah,
backboard,
he did almost
to
break
be
the
honest.
backboard.
And I'm only pointing this out not to crap on these guys, because I actually thought Davion played a really good game, and I thought he's been playing well recently. But I
other
just
guy,
want,
not so much.
Like, that happened, and it was a moment because they go back to the bench. And Meg, I apologize because I know that you do not appreciate me slandering these two guys, and slander isn't the right word. I probably shouldn't have used that right now. But I just noticed that when the first quarter ended, went back to the huddle, and coach lit into those two guys. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But typically, timeouts, end of quarters, coach is going to under the basket with the rest of his coaching staff, and the players are having their own conversation, and then they go over, show them the play, whatever it is, right? But no, like, coach made a point to talk to those two guys. And did Mezzi come back in the game?
I don't think so.
At the end of the first, he has 2 minutes and 36 seconds.
Second quarter.
And 2 minutes and 36.
0 minutes in the second. 2 minutes in the
What did he
first.
Finish with?
Finished with 2 minutes, 36 seconds.
He did not come back in the game. So that's pretty telling. And also, Chimezie Metu can't really play in a game that the opposing bigs are Udoka Azubuike and Walker Kessler. Those two guys are ginormous.
Yeah.
And like Meg said, Rashawn got Mezzi's minutes momentarily.
Yeah.
That did not last long.
Did not. 3 minutes.
And then they really just relied on Domas.
They played Trey at the 5 as well.
38 minutes. And then that final, like, beginning of the fourth, I think it is.
Yep.
When they're like, okay, we need
just a couple
4 minutes or so of somebody else while Domas rests, and they went to that Trey at the 5.
Yep.
And, like,
that was with Walker Kessler in the game too.
Why is that not just the go-to? These guys know better than I'm not like, but it seems like everybody that I've talked to has been like, yeah, Trey at the 5 is just the way to go. So, like, why is that not the way to go? I guess it's just fully committing the offense, and coach doesn't want to do that.
If I had to guess, I would say that it could just be a fatigue management thing too, where it's like you can't just run those guys. I mean, it can't just be both of those guys either. Like you just need to play as many guys that you feel like are playable as possible. And I mean, there's a good. We've seen Rashawn Holmes get iced out completely. Maybe this is and like Mezzi's minutes have been up and down though. For what? This has probably been 40 in a row games, or not in a row, but like 40 or so games that Mezzi's been pretty solidly as that backup center. Recently, there's been some games where I feel like we don't see him at all, though. Yeah, no, one or two. Yeah, and he's been up. His performance has been up and down as of late, but I don't suspect to see Chimezie Metu in postseason. We'll see. If we do, it'll definitely be a short leash, kind of like we saw tonight. I just don't know why. Like, what kind of matchup do you feel like he would be beneficial for him? That's kind of a crazy popping sound happening right here. It's all right. We're gonna fight through it. There's a little bit of popping noise going on right here, but people got to clean around here, man. It is what it is. Yeah.
So we'll figure out the 5 situation. Meg says he was great last night. I thought Messi did have some solid
He did play
moments
really well last night.
Red Velvet also had himself another
He
big
did.
game.
How about
he had
that?
29
Back to back.
last night, 27 tonight. And it was cool because he did it without the 3-ball going crazy.
Yeah.
2 of 9 from 3 tonight. And on the rest of his shots, what does that make it? 8 of 12?
12, yep.
And then you also get 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals.
Yeah.
Damn. Rebounds is a big thing for Kev.
Yep.
They've been really pushing him on that. I think he had 9 last night. He had 7 tonight. That's actually something we'll get to that has Coach Brown talking about that in a quote later in this episode. But another all-around game from Kevin Huerter, and especially doing it when the 3-point ball isn't going down, I think it's pretty encouraging. He's been balling recently.
Yeah, he definitely has. I mean, this is his second game back, coming back from his 2 or 3 games off with a back of the knee.
Popliteus. That's what it is. I promise you. Which Kevin Huerter didn't know that he had one.
I mean, yeah.
He has 2, actually.
Yeah.
I actually think the most important thing, I said this on the Kings beat, for this team headed into the postseason is having 30 good Popliteuses.
Oh, yeah. If we can have
Poplitii.
Yeah, Poplitii. Yeah, definitely.
Popliteuses. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think for sure. I mean, if we can have as many healthy guys in general as possible, I think that would obviously be beneficial for sure. And we see De'Aaron not going tonight. I don't know when we might see him again. I would
Monday.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why?
They're just playing it safe.
Why play on Monday?
Because that's a team that you very much could be playing in the first round, and I think you want to get the best possible tape to watch in case that's the case. Have we seen them with Cat and Gobert?
No, we haven't. No, we played them earlier in the season, and I think they had. I'm pretty sure, they didn't have Cat at that point. Cat only played 21 games before he went down.
His season's been a movie, man.
Bro, that was the corniest thing I've ever heard in my life. No go on that. But I don't know. I just don't feel like I wouldn't be surprised, or if I were, I don't know the severity of De'Aaron's injury for sure, but I wouldn't be afraid to sit him. I wouldn't be afraid to sit him on Monday, and then you travel to Portland and you play 2 games in Portland. I wouldn't be too upset about, potentially sitting De'Aaron for some games here, and then you can ramp him back up with the last 3 or 4 games of the season. Plus, you get the benefit then of Davion Mitchell, who we've seen has played he plays his best basketball when he does have the extended run, when he's able to kind of not worry about being pulled after 3-minute runs, and quite frankly, when he's able to put the ball on the floor. I mean, when he's in these 3-4 minute stints, especially with Domas on the floor, he's just a glorified spot up shooter. When De'Aaron's not playing, you see, Davion able to put the ball on the floor, dribble a lot more, and sometimes it does lead to some chaotic stuff. But I think
you live with one. You live with 1 or 2.
Yeah, and honestly, especially in yesterday's game, I thought he did a good job a couple times of getting some paint touches and finding open guys. I remember him finding Mezzi as well on the baseline. That was a great pass.
Hooked Chris Dunn today on one possession.
Oh my gosh! He had him turned around,
spinning,
and he didn't. I thought he was going to shoot. He ended up driving. He
probably did a little too much, but then he had a real nice off the glass finish over Walker
outside the paint too. Yeah, it was deep.
Utah Mountain.
Yeah,
it was amazing. So I think he's playing well. I don't think that if there is lingering stuff with De'Aaron, you don't worry about it because of the reason that I said. For sure, if there's any slight concern in the slightest, you don't play him Monday. But I do think I would like to see him out there because I do think that it's valuable to get that film as close to what would be teams at full strength, because that really could be a team that you see in the first round. Let's talk about Keegan Murray a little bit, man. Keegan Murray is shooting the crap out of the ball this year, and you absolutely saw it in the first quarter of this game. Bro, he got fire actually at the beginning of this game. It was ridiculous.
He had 4 of his first 5, if I'm not mistaken, in that first quarter.
At the end of the first quarter, you got it there?
I do. He hit 4 or 5 threes, 5 or 6 from the field, 14 points.
14 points in a quarter, bro. That's pretty crazy. And on the year, Keegan is shooting 40% from 3 on 6.2 attempts a game. And do you also have the number that he is approaching here, which is breaking the 3-pointers made record for rookies.
Yeah. So Keegan is right now sitting at 184 threes on the season. And Donovan Mitchell's record is 187. So we are 3 away from him tying the record, 4 away from him breaking. And also should be mentioned that he's also the first rookie to ever shoot 40% or more from three-point land after taking 400 plus attempts. So not only is he breaking the numerical number, but he's also breaking an efficiency number as well, which just really stamps down on the fact that this is the greatest shooting rookie season in NBA history.
It's crazy because it sounds like you're just like going crazy
like
here, but like that's just facts.
Just a fact.
It's just facts.
If you hit the most threes while also at the same time knocking it down at a more efficient clip than anyone, regardless of how many times they made it, like that is a combination that equals the greatest rookie shooting season of all time.
Of his, this is 437, but it's probably what you got to add on the 10 that he took tonight. So 447 that he's taken in his career. How many of them do you think are catch and shoots?
I would say
like all but like 10.
I would say, yeah, probably, honestly, like no joke, probably 400. Let's see, totals.
406 have been catch and shoots, and 30
have been
pull-ups.
And he does take a couple pull-ups because he took one today. I mean, it was.
Does that count as a pull-up?
I know,
a flyby, I guess,
right,
and he took one dribble. I think it technically does count as a pull-up here, but that's not a knock. That's what I don't want him out there shooting pull-ups.
No,
and it's just, to his point, he's doing it within the flow of the offense.
Yep.
And that just is what it is.
What are you laughing at?
My friend that's in the chat that does not watch basketball that is wilding at here. Okay. You see this? I'm not gonna put that up there.
Oh.
But we had a great moment from Keegan Murray today in postgame when he got asked, do you know how far away you are from the record? And this is just a classic. This is
Keegan.
On brand Keegan Murray right here.
Yeah, Keegan, we just talked to Delly, and he said he doesn't think you even know how close you are to the rookie record for most threes. Is that accurate or no?
My girlfriend told me I was like 12 away sometime this week. I don't know. But I think today probably helped that a little bit. 3? All right.
Yeah, my girlfriend told me.
My girlfriend
told me.
Which is definitely like she probably saw it on Twitter, right? Or somebody sent it to her.
And he's like, and he doesn't even know the number going into today. He's like, I think it was 12. Like at some point this week, I don't really know. And then James Ham updates him that he's only 3 away. He probably already doesn't remember that he's 3 away.
Yeah, he does not care.
Which I don't expect him to care. It's just a hilarious moment from Keegan Murray. And the very next thing I want to get to is Coach Brown getting asked about pretty much why do you think that Keegan Murray deserves to be on first team All NBA? So here was Coach Brown's response to that.
I tell you what, you look at some of the accomplishments that Domas, from his double doubles to his triple doubles, leading the league in rebounding. You look at those things, and then you look at Foxy, the way he's shooting the ball, more importantly, in clutch moments that decide whether we win or lose, and he's going to get the Jerry West Award, and so you look at those things, and then you look at our record, and then you look at a guy like Keegan, and if he breaks the NBA three-point record that Donovan Mitchell, or when he breaks it, because he's going to break it, but when he breaks it, that has to mean something to everybody out there, especially the people voting. So, again, if he breaks that record and he's not first team all rookie, especially with our team record, then all this is bullshit in my opinion, because he deserves it. That record is like monumental. in my opinion, when it comes to rookies. You're talking about Donovan Mitchell has it right now. And look what he's doing in this league. So to me, Keegan's job as a rookie is 100. And this is, I'm not trying to take it because Banchero down in Orlando, I mean, great player. Obviously, Chet's hurt. Everybody's doing something as rookies. But to break that record with your team sitting in the third spot and going to the playoffs, and you've been starting for this team all year, come on, man. That's a no-brainer for first team all-rookie. No-brainer.
So on your show the other day, that took a sec, you went through the all-rookie first team, and I agreed with every word of what you said.
Wow.
Shocker, because I usually hate everything that comes out of your mouth. But the absolute locks are, it's just the nature of it, bro. You should see when they're taking all these seats down. There's some episodes where
Yeah, it's just like slamming.
like one day I was like, I gotta go home. I'm just do this at home. Which it's no hate, dude. I'm glad to be in here, and people got to do what they got to do. By the way, these people are in here forever cleaning up after people.
11:10 right now, and they're definitely
Promise you they're here till 1 a.m. So pick up after yourself, people.
Yeah, it's not hard. Just bring your
It's
drinks.
not.
It's literally just like I'm looking around right now. There's so many just like waters and like half drinking Coke.
Your mic was not great. No, not on you.
That's
on me.
On you.
That's
Come
on
on,
me.
board op. Damn. Anyway,
this is
point
great
of the
audio.
story is clean up your trash, people. It's not that hard. Just walk it up as you're leaving.
It's not. But shout out to all the workers that do this, because that keeps this place nice and clean. I've never walked in here and been like, this place dirty. It's always very clean in here.
To get
what were we talking about?
To
Keegan Murray. That's right. Keegan Murray's real clean too.
Bro, what were we talking about?
Keegan Murray cleans up after himself.
Oh, you know what I was going to say? Yes, no, for sure. He's definitely like a clean freak. Like I guarantee, like he probably kept his room tidy all the time. Like doesn't like clutter, doesn't like mess. He's probably just like, well, why?
His brother probably
why
like
don't
throws
you
some
just-
shit on the
just
floor,
clean it
and
up?
he
Like,
goes and picks it up.
It's not hard to just clean it up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
A little goes a long way.
That wasn't bar. That's a Keegan bar for sure.
I was gonna say it's nice to hear Mike Brown campaigning for Keegan too, because
Yes.
he's been
all
like
rookie.
a master. Yes, that's
We
what
were
talking
walking
about.
through the all rookie.
Yeah.
So Paulo Banchero
Paolo
is
Banchero's
making
a
it.
lock.
Jalen Williams,
I think he's a lock.
he's for sure a lock. Bro.
Matherin's
He's
a
going to be
lock.
second in rookie of the year. Was Matherin your other lock?
Yeah, Matherin's a lock. I think Matherin's a lock.
Okay,
He's at like
and-
16.7 points per game off the bench.
And Walker Kessler.
Kessler,
He
after
to
tonight,
me is the third lock.
I mean,
and
huge
then,
fan of
are you
Walker.
sure it was Benedict Matherin?
Yes,
Okay.
1000%.
I feel like okay,
It's
yeah.
Because it's really a race between Ivy and Keegan.
Right, you're right. Yeah. And it's the efficiency, man. And I know that's
what it
the
comes down to.
nature of their two different roles, right?
Yeah.
Is that Ivy is going to put up better numbers, Keegan's going to put up better efficiency. It's the nature of their two different roles,
Yeah.
but that's exactly like Keegan deserves it, man.
Well,
the
and it's
efficiency
also
that he's putting
like-
up. You break that record, you belong on that
Yes,
team.
Absolutely. Like, yeah, you have to be recognized in some form or fashion for that. And like, it comes down to, frankly, Jaden Ivey's number, his efficiency could be down, but his numbers just aren't that eye popping. He's at just over 15 points a game. He's, I think, under 6 assists per game. And then you throw on the efficiency numbers of he's, I think, barely above 40% from the field, 32% from three, 73% from the field free throw line. And you look at the other side of the things, and it's Keegan, who's just under 12, but shooting 40% from three. And the biggest thing is Jaden Ivey's on an 13 win team or something like that. And Keegan Murray's a number 3 seed right now, starting for a number 3 seeded team right now.
And I heard that Jaden Ivey doesn't clean up after himself.
Oh no, that's
I heard that
You're
Jaden
not
Ivey
gonna
is a
get
litterer. And like Dirt and Russ says in the chat here,
Dirt and Russ definitely knows.
Dirt and Russ would know about this. He is qualified to speak on this topic. Keegan washes his dishes and puts them away after he uses them for sure. And
for
just
sure
FYI,
does his laundry, like folds his clothes immediately.
You know what's
after.
really funny? Guaranteed, I have dishes in my sink right now, more than I would like to admit, and I have clothes that are washed and on my bed though.
Yep.
They're folded, they're just not put away, you
Oh,
know.
see,
And I like
yeah.
hang my shirts so they're all laid out like nicely on my
Yeah.
bed. But like, if I got home and was too tired, like that shit would just get hung over a chair, and then I'm going to sleep and doing it in the morning, you know.
I have a bad habit of either leaving the clothes in the dryer, so that way if I need them, I just like cycle it for like 15 minutes and then pull it out, or I'll take it out, just leave it in like the laundry basket, and it'll just sit there. Like I'll just pick and
you just let it wrinkle up.
Yeah, bro, it's so dumb.
Yeah.
If anyone has any solutions for laundry, please let me know. I feel like
What do you
not
mean
enough
solutions,
people,
bro? You just gotta do it.
This is like a life
Solutions.
This is the problem.
The solution is to.
How do people do this their entire lives? Like, it's just not something like. I feel like, you know, you got to have a conversation with like your significant other where it's like, hey, I'll do dishes, you do laundry.
Okay, yes, and I don't mind dishes.
Like,
I know I said I got dishes in the sink, but I would much rather do dishes.
How the fuck did we get here?
Are you a laundry guy?
No,
wait, like between the two though,
guy?
are you dishes or laundry? Between the two, dishes or laundry, which would you rather do?
Probably dishes.
Fuck, bro. I thought we were
think
meant to
dishes.
be.
No,
I thought we were
like,
meant to be.
Laundry just pisses me off.
Alex says Keegan definitely has seven toothbrushes for each day.
That is, oh my god, he changes toothbrushes like he changes like white teas.
Lux Soul in the chat here. Just do your laundry once per week, Chris. Imagine how hard it was before machines at home. Damn, you're throwing it back. You're throwing it back. Imagine when you used to have to go down to the river, bro, and just.
I'm so mad that you just said. Yeah, if I didn't have like a laundry, there's like obviously a ton of people who like don't have like in-home laundry. Like you have to go.
Yeah, that was admittedly one of my like requirements when I got my unit
100%.
was like, and I never felt that way, but person I lived with previously said that was a need be, and then once I had it in my first place, I was like, okay, I cannot have it.
Yeah, no, you don't want to bring your shit in your car and take it to the
Busted out the clothesline and shit.
Bruh, no, that's wild. No, could not be me.
So basketball.
Anyways, yeah.
I think this shit's hilarious. I promise you we're the only Kings spot doing this. This is what people are here for.
That's why, bro, our viewership has doubled since we started talking about laundry.
Yeah.
Oh, I see Leo's done. It's probably people heading over from Leo's laundry.
That's got to be what it is. All right, next topic here that we want to get to is the defense and the ending of the drought here in Sacramento. There was a scenario tonight where the Kings could have clinched. All right.
Trying to stay professional, man. Come on.
Deep breath. Inhale, exhale. There's a scenario tonight where the Kings could have clinched a postseason appearance.
Yes.
If they would have won, if Phoenix would have lost, and if New Orleans would have won.
Would have had to take down the Clippers.
Yes, and we had word that there was potential. This was just a rumor.
We'll never
that
know.
If Sacramento was winning their game, if it looked like Phoenix was going to lose their game, since the Clippers and Pelicans game started at 7:30, while this game's here at Golden One Center started at 7, that they were actually going to put it on the Jumbotron. Again, this is a rumor. We don't know if this is true. I think it would be stupid to not do this, to be honest. More so, it would be amazing to do.
Be incredible.
But rumor was that they were going to put that on the Jumbotron. And man, I'm not going to lie, for a sec, I got real excited that it was going to happen because
it would have been pretty cool to just see how many like people stuck around. We probably would have gotten a second, like the beam champ.
Everybody would have stayed. Yes,
it would have been pretty dope.
But didn't end up happening because
people cleaning up
Joel Embiid is a fake MVP, and obviously, if anything I've taken from tonight is that
Joel
obviously
just lost MVP.
No, Nikola Jokic deserves
it.
Giannis. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Giannis. We don't like them West Coast
Maybe
boys.
Walker Kessler is up there too.
Shit, bro.
We're gonna
After
see
tonight.
But what
somebody
said I blame Doc
again.
Rivers for
Fails
real.
again.
Yeah, got to get him out of there.
Yep.
Second night of a back-to-back for the Sixers. I will say Joel Embiid went stupid yesterday against the Warriors. But
what, 46, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, something crazy.
Something like that.
I mean, it makes sense. They have literally no, like, who the hell are they? Who the hell are the Warriors going to put on? What is that for? Anthony Lamb? Is that his name?
Anthony Lamb? Yeah, not happening.
Like, no.
I think it's Draymond Green, my guy. And that's what they tried. And did you hear Draymond postgame?
Where he was like, I think
Embiid
Joel deserves...
Embiid came up and was like, I heard you say that Jokic was the hardest guy to guard in the league. So
really?
I took that personally. And then
Are you serious?
Yeah, and then Draymond was like, so I'm here to say that Joel Embiid's the hardest guy to guard in the league.
Oh, I did not see
Great
that.
moment.
No, I did not
Great
see
moment. So I took that personally is a bar after
yeah.
The Last Dance, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely
That's
hilarious.
exactly what I was thinking.
But our understanding, which guaranteed is not correct.
It's an incredibly loose understanding.
So
understanding also is not the right word because we don't have an understanding.
Our the impression that we've gotten
there you go.
is that if the Warriors beat if the Warriors beat Minnesota tomorrow, that the Kings clinch?
Yes, and that is because at that point,
tell us, Chris.
The Timberwolves will be 8 games behind the Kings, and even an 8-0 record the rest of the way could not catch them up with the Kings, meaning that they lock up a playoff spot. It is confirmed the Kings have locked in a play-in spot.
Okay.
The Kings will at the least be experiencing postseason basketball this year. We can confirm that.
Yes.
Well, I guess
postseason.
On what you're,
postseason is correct. I say postseason for play-in and playoffs if you make it out of play-in.
Okay.
So at very least, I'm with you.
Postseason drought is over.
I honestly kind of hope, like, if that is the right scenario, and again, don't be tweeting about this. Don't go run home and tell your friends and family as we broadcast this to
tens of
thousands of loyal 18,151 12 people.
13 now.
That's my understanding.
Yes.
But I really hope that it happens with a full Golden One center. I hope that it happens after a Kings win.
It's got to be at a game. Like,
yes,
a home
game.
I almost don't want it to be tomorrow. Like,
no, I don't either.
Monday.
I want it to be at a home game.
Be a lot more fun.
But Keegan Murray got asked about, because Keegan's just been here, right? Just got asked about, like, what it would mean to end this postseason drought from his perspective as somebody that was just here. And I thought he gave a pretty insightful answer.
How you would characterize, like, what you've experienced here with this fan base and like how it feels for you to be part of giving these fans who are so hungry and even teammates like Fox helping to kind of fulfill, like, this dream that's been here for so long.
Yeah, I know. I remember one thing going through the draft process and things like that, I really wanted to come here just to try and get back to the playoffs. And I know kind of the hunger when I came here to visit that they were to get to the playoffs. And just knowing Fox and just kind of started to become friends with him throughout the year and what he's gone through, I feel like it's really a tribute to him because him and Rashawn and HB have been the guys that have been here the longest. And it's all the hard work that they put in, all the trying times that they had. So just to be this close to a playoff spot is really a tribute to those guys.
Your mic's on.
Winning culture, dude. Winning culture.
Saying, like, I just thought it was a cool moment that the fan base would appreciate for, like, I knew I wanted to come here and be a part of the team that ended this drought.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's just respect to Keegan for that. And he successfully did that. He is admittedly a big part of this because spacing is so, like, while De'Aaron and Domas are the stars of the show, they need spacing.
Yeah.
And they have 3 elite shooters, and 3 is a lot more than 2.
No, I mean, you know, Keegan has played, I think I said this on my show the other day, I think it's been like 59 or 60 straight games here for the Kings so far. So
can you imagine if they imagine this team with Jaden Ivey instead of Keegan Murray?
Yeah,
it'd honestly be a lot worse.
It would just be so weird. I wasn't a big fan of I think I'll admit I think I was a little.
I was pro Ivy, but it was because I was wrong about the rest of the guys.
I will continue to say on record I am pro. I was pro Chet Holmgren. That was
okay. Yeah. That's like me being like, why isn't Franz Wagner on this team? Well, not an option, my guy.
Well, you
don't get me started.
Don't
get me started.
Okay,
facts.
You're already there. You might as well get the guy that you need.
But anyway, Keegan has been perfect for this team.
No, Keegan has been incredible for this team, and you know for all the reasons that we list all the time, the spacing he provides, and we're really just seeing the beginning. That's the thing that's so exciting to me. And I keep saying, like, the fact that Keegan like doesn't press, and never have you ever said, except for, I will say today, actually, for a moment, I did say, I think Keegan's trying to do too much. Today was probably the first time I ever thought, like, he probably shouldn't have, like, he's pressing a little. He's probably taking shots he shouldn't take.
But because that's, like, not usually him.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I don't
that's
mind
the
it.
point. Exactly. Is like, he doesn't try and do, like, typically a problem with rookies is they're always trying to do too much.
Right.
They're always, this has worked for me in the past, and so it must work for me in the pros as well.
You thinking of any specific previous rookie?
No, nobody in particular at all.
Not a lefty that doesn't have a right hand at all, or
just in general. It's just a general.
Yeah,
rookie
me too.
Problem.
Me too.
And you just don't get that from Keegan, which is just that speaks more to just where he's at mentally and how he is as a person. But
it probably has a lot to do with, like, he wasn't a top 2 pick, and he didn't go to Duke.
Yeah.
I think that really factors in here.
He like actually kind of righted his way up here. Yeah, can you not? This is not pointed at all.
What? Pointed? What are you talking about? It's just facts. Like earlier, the facts are the facts. The facts are the facts, bro. Get off my case. So I think a big thing
You're
here.
misrepresenting what I'm saying.
Chill. You're crazy.
We could not do this.
They made. Yeah.
We could.
A big theme has been defense for this team, right? They were atrocious on defense in the first half yesterday, turned it on in the second half, and weren't able to pull it out, but it was still close. Again today, did they win the game yesterday?
Yes,
Why am I tripping? They did win the game yesterday. I knew
Yeah.
right when I said
you were
that
talking
was
about
wrong.
Last time they played Utah.
No, yeah, sorry. They were able to pull it out yesterday,
Yeah.
despite an atrocious first half defense. Same thing tonight. Horrible first half
Yeah.
defense, good second half defense. Have some quotes here from both Matthew Dellavedova, defense player of the game, Matthew Dellavedova, who did say, like, I knew I wanted to win this at least once.
Yeah.
And he's like, but Davion's just kind of been that guy. It's practically his
The
chain,
Davion Mitchell.
which is facts.
Davion Mitchell.
He's got to have won it more than anybody else. HB
yeah.
won it yesterday,
Mhm.
but I think that it could have gone to Davion.
Somebody for sure has these numbers. There's some
Guaranteed.
fan out
Yes,
there who has a
and whoever
spreadsheet.
does, please let us know.
I know you have a spreadsheet somewhere.
Please. I promise you somebody has those. And I feel like I should have been keeping track, but I have not at all.
Got other stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm just, I have important things to deal with.
Shout out anyone who's keeping track of that.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
actually,
please
I
send that
really
over
would
to us.
appreciate that. But Matthew Dellavedova did win it today, and we got to ask him a little bit about the defense that he's seen and also the culture of this team. So here's that from Delly.
Delly, just tapping into your experience in the league and everything you've seen in the NBA, what's your impression of, like, the culture that you've stepped into in this organization under Mike and I don't know, the talent on this team and maybe how well equipped it might be for a playoff run?
I mean, firstly, it's been a lot of fun. We've got a great group. But I mean, the talent in the locker room, obviously, we're putting up a lot of points. We have, Foxy and Domas leading the charge, but, so deep everywhere else. There's just so many weapons. And I think with the pace that we play and, not just in the full court, but in the half court with all the cutting, it just makes it hard for teams to guard.
Yeah, Dilly, kind of building off of that, what do you see that you guys need to clean up specifically on the defensive end and sort of fine tune in this last stretch as you head into the postseason?
I think the consistent ball pressure, just making people be uncomfortable, and then being early on the weak side. I think when we're aggressive on the ball, it kind of feeds into being aggressive on the weak side. And I think when you are on the front foot and anticipating, that's when we've played our best defense this year.
Oh, shit question, Mike.
Great fucking answer from Delly, though. I did really appreciate Delly's insight there, actually.
Yeah.
He actually did kind of dive into the details there, specifically of their ball pressure.
Yeah.
And just
The weak side
physicality has
coverage.
been a really big thing. Yeah, making sure to stay on the high foot of defenders and things like that. So I thought that was absolutely great. Somebody in here says, which Benjamin, I hope you are
Shout out
accurate, my
Benjamin.
guy.
That looks way too.
Davion won
detailed to not
6
be wrong.
times. HB and Domas have won 4. Monk 3 times. He has won it at least twice. I could see
He
3.
has won it twice. I know that. For
Fox
sure.
and Herter 2 times. De'Aaron needs to get more of those.
Yeah.
First of
feels
all,
like,
and Benjamin, I hope you're accurate, my guy.
I mean, Kessler's won a couple. I guess like there are some one-offs.
Yeah,
like
and
Trey, I think, has won.
Trey has one. We've
Yeah,
also seen
Kessler.
nobody win twice.
G-Man got one.
Facts.
And then that
I
Knicks
just said
game.
Facts.
I think Knicks game nobody got one.
Yeah.
That was the offensive rebound game.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was the 23 offensive
that was
rebound
not
game.
fun.
Do not remind me. Okpala won. Oh,
Okpala
Figs,
won.
shout out.
Yes.
Okpala, that's crazy. And then so the other thing I gotta ask, Coach,
That's hella funny.
and I was pretty interested to see what he would say to this one, and struggled with how to word it. But pretty much, Coach, what makes you believe this team can actually play defense
Yeah.
for 40 minutes? Because
Right. I mean, I think that's
have we ever seen that?
Yeah, it's a fair question. I mean, and it's a question that gets asked not necessarily specifically about defense, but any team heading into the postseason that shows struggles. Can you flip the switch? Why should we believe that you guys can flip the switch? Everybody, the Warriors last season said, "Oh yeah, we can totally flip the switch. Like, yeah, we're struggling, but you know, we know how to lock in and how good we can be when we lock in."
And
Well, everybody thinks they can.
right. And of course, Coach is never gonna sit up there and say,
Yeah.
no, we can't do it. We never
Yeah.
have. But I do obviously think that he very much believes in this team. I will say prior to this game, post All-Star break, first in offensive rating, 124, right? 29th in defensive rating, 120. Yet you're 29th in defense rating, and because of your offense, you're still 9th in net rating.
Crazy.
You know, like
Yeah.
in this game tonight, and they're 12-4, now
Mhm.
13-4 post All-Star break.
Mhm.
And it's so funny in this game, you're like, God, that was just dog shit defense
Yeah.
in that first half.
Yeah.
But I'm also sitting there with my little halftime glizzy, you know. Don't look at me like that. You had a halftime glizzy too.
I did. It was great.
And
We got good new buns this
we
game.
did, bro. We got some good
Game
buns.
changer. Y'all don't understand.
Yeah. My buns went crazy tonight. And what are we talking about? Fuck.
Why did you do that?
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, you just completely derailed everything.
Me
Were
too.
we talking about Delly? No, we were talking about coach. We were talking about playoff culture
Yes.
defense.
At halftime, we're
yeah.
losing the game. The Kings
That's
are losing
right.
the game.
Yeah, halftime.
The
Christ.
Kings are losing the game. And Meg points out Kessler has one
I
too
know,
as
yeah.
well.
Thank you, chat, for staying focused.
Yeah,
on
I
actual
appreciate it
basketball
because
conversation.
this guy just getting off topic all the time, bro. Always, it's disgusting. Actually, this last time I ever have you on, God, Brendan and company, bro. It's so ridiculous. But the Kings are down after playing an
Yeah.
atrocious first half of defense, and I'm like, nah, they're probably gonna win this game though.
Mhm.
You know, and even that game against Phoenix, I mean, I had a lot less faith, but I'm still sitting there thinking like, this game is still very much
Yeah,
within
definitely.
reach. But here was Coach's response. And also, by the way, this is going to be the last thing we play. So if anybody has any questions they want to get for us, put it in the chat now. And then we'll get to it before we get out of here. But this is the Coach getting asked pretty much, what makes you think you can actually play defense long enough that you need to in the postseason?
Coach, it feels like in each game there's extended stretch of lackluster defense and also an extended stretch of impressive defense.
Yeah.
What have you seen from this group that gives you faith that they can, for 40-plus minutes, have the discipline, attention to detail, and physicality that they need to have for that extended period of time?
Because they've done it enough times and for enough time, during a game to show me that if you guys can do it for that long in that situation against that team and against that team and against that team, there's no doubt that we can do it for an extended for more extended periods of time in more games. And that, again, that's what I'm banking on. And a lot of it too is they're trying to do what we ask them. To give an example, it was a couple of games ago, maybe Boston. I can't. So one of the things I've been on Malik about is stepping in front of somebody taking a charge, and they called the block, happened a couple of games ago, but he slid in front of somebody and he tried to take the hit. And to me, that's progress. When you see that, that means he, as well as everybody else, is trying to do the right thing. Kevin, I'm on him about rebounding. He had 9 last night. He had 7. That's 16 rebounds from your two guard in 2 games. That's progress. And so it's my job to continue to stay on him to try to bring the best out of him every single time we step out on the floor. And it's their job to try to continue to focus on executing with a little bit more consistency on both ends of the floor every time we step out there. So thank you guys. Thank you.
No, thank you, Coach.
Yeah,
Appreciate
for
it.
some reason, I just really included Coach walking away there in this, and it's still
Coach
going.
feels like
Oh,
I may have accidentally clicked it again, but pretty much Coach is saying, like, and he gave specific examples, which is appreciated, that like we've gotten better, we've done it long enough against good enough teams. Have they? Like,
yeah,
I mean, it is what it is. They have had their stretches, but they're going to need to prove it.
But yeah,
It still is very TBD.
yes,
In my mind,
absolutely. No, there's no reason. There's no reason for anyone to believe that the Kings are going to play, average defense in the postseason. Like, this is the one thing about their defense is it's at least been consistent. They have consistently been in that like 26. Like, there's not like you can't look. I'm not even trying to joke. Like,
but it is a joke.
You
bro.
can't look at like there's not a single 8-game stretch this season where like they're 15th in defensive rating. They have consistently been in the 20s or lower in defensive rating this entire season. And so why should anyone think that they're and it's not necessarily they continue to win games playing this way. It has not deterred them from winning basketball games so far. But there's no reason to think that all of a sudden this team is going to be a good defensive team. This is the worst defense of any playoff team right now.
Yeah.
Like, and East, West, doesn't matter. They have the worst defense in terms of defensive rating of any team in the NBA that's making the postseason, not even just playoffs, play in as well.
And they got the best
They
offense.
also have the best offense, which the best defense. And I think the Kings, a lot of the time, their best defense is their incredible offense.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that you can't continue to score with them. You can't score 30 points every single quarter like they continue to do. They didn't. They had a 23-point quarter tonight. But what you also saw is a team like Boston, who does have that level of offense, but also brings that level of defense, and they can beat you at your own game.
Those are legit championship contenders. I do think the top 3 teams in the East, whoever comes out the East is winning it in my mind.
100%.
And it feels like that's where most people are at.
And that's where the conversation changes also,
Right.
is just the West is a completely different caliber. And it's honestly just
Right.
which is played out in the standings, it's just a lot more even across the board.
And Yama here in the chat,
Yep.
I hope I got your name right. How much do you think the Porter defense screws us in the playoffs, or does it depend on
It's going to be
matchups
our
in your
downfall.
opinion?
It's our death.
I
don't know when it's coming.
Because of how bad their defense is, they could lose to any team in the playoffs.
Yep.
They could play OKC and lose.
That's 100% true.
They could play this. They won't play this Utah team. I guess it's not realistic. Right?
I don't think that there is a team that they cannot lose to in the postseason. I would say that. I think,
which I
like,
guess is being basic and hella vague.
OKC
but like,
would definitely be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be disappointing, but like you're saying, like, I mean, OKC is the team that I would definitely be most surprised.
right. They
that
absolutely
lose
would
to.
be favored. I wouldn't expect them to lose in the
But, like,
slightest.
if this team loses to Minnesota, I will not be surprised. I won't be surprised at all.
And I also wouldn't be surprised if they won.
No,
It's the same thing
absolutely
we've been
not.
saying all year. Their offense is good enough to win any game. Their defense is bad enough to lose any game. And that
Just
exact
change it to
same
a series. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
I'm
Absolutely.
100% with you.
And New Orleans is given. We're looking at the play-ins right now. I mean, Dallas, they could put.
They're
it
a
together.
shit show,
They're
though.
a complete shit show. And again, I'm not saying that I would favor these teams to win in a playoff series. I'm just saying again, like, I wouldn't be surprised.
By the way, I saw a headline the other day. The whole like trying to challenge the call in the third quarter.
The Dallas thing.
Yeah. The headline for somebody outlining that was the Cuban whistle crisis, and I was like, "That is a fucking that's a
crazy.
phenomenal name.
That's crazy.
That is
The Cuban
genius.
whistle crisis.
That is genius."
I did think, as sad as this is,
Oh, here we go.
I was thinking, I don't know why this popped in my head of like I could see this headline already happening. Kings' dream season ends in nightmare.
Okay, calm down.
Bro, I
Calm
don't know why,
down.
but like literally just that headline just
Okay, but you
bang,
know what's crazy?
flew
It
in my
already
head.
can't.
I think it can't. I think like if
They
they
broke the drought. Okay,
break
I
the
think
drought with
if
dream
they
season,
got like swept, if they got gentlemen swept, if they got slapped around in the
Yes.
playoffs,
Yes.
sure.
that's what I'm saying. I
just don't think that happens.
and that's not even saying that the
I think they're
season would be
competitive
viewed as a
against any
disappointment.
team.
I think ideally for sure, but I mean, I also knock on wood, you never know what's going to happen. Like, I mean, what if everyone gets COVID and we have to play? I don't want to say someone gets hurt, but I just didn't want to say everyone.
What if I go injure someone right now?
I don't want to say De'Aaron Fox gets hurt, but whatever. De'Aaron's got a hamstring. What if his hamstring becomes an issue in the playoffs? He has to miss 3 games and the Kings season ends. Like, I don't know if we're going to look back and say like, oh, this season was just disappointment, but for sure, like that's a nightmare ending to what has been. That's just not how this season should end. It shouldn't end on that sad of a note.
I agree. And we'll see how it goes. And I don't expect it to. I think they're going to be competitive against any team, which can be a good and bad thing. You shouldn't be competitive against OKC, but I think that it would be competitive.
Well, there's still, let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, there's still a week. Like there's a week and a half.
They could still be the 2 seed also, by the way.
Things change. And like, especially at the bottom of the West, we don't know who we're going to be playing.
It's chaos down there.
We saw, Paul George got hurt the other day. Like,
it's so nice for Sacramento to not be a part of that, by the way.
Oh, I know. I think about that
1,000% would have expected them to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And like that's got to be just chaos.
And how negative would we be feeling about their chances with like just how much moving and shaking is happening at the bottom? There's no way we would be like,
imagine going into this Portland back to back. I'd be like, oh my god, they better win these games.
I know, especially with Dame being out.
Yeah.
Those would
but I'd have no faith.
Wins that the Kings would definitely blow.
Yeah.
Good
Kings of old.
Good
Kings of old.
Kings of old. Absolutely. These are problems we don't have to worry about.
Other
anymore.
question we got in here, and again, if anybody else has any before we get out of here, Yama again said thoughts on Monk getting ejected after being reasonably upset. Reasonably upset is accurate.
Yep.
He absolutely got hit on the wrist. I actually was looking down in real time and didn't see it in real time. So did you see it in real time? Was it obvious in real time that he got fouled?
I don't want to say it was obvious that he got fouled, but it's like
close to ball, but it was 1,000% wrist on replay.
Yes, on replay it was 1,000% wrist, and also you have to assume, like, Kelly Olynyk's not blocking Malik on that dunk. Like that's a breakaway dunk. There's realistically sometimes you just got to blow the whistle before the play even happens, and you're just like, bro, there's no way like you're gonna block this. And
it's like when Keegan Murray jumps around the rim. If he dunked it, you'd be like, is this real life?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. If Kelly Olynyk would have blocked a Malik Monk transition dunk, I definitely would have had a lot of questions. But I think the bigger question is, does Malik have to have just a better sense of the situation? Like, no De'Aaron. It's the literally the first minute.
He really had not been playing, by the way.
Who's that, Malik?
He had hardly been playing in this game.
Notice that.
Coming into, when does he get tossed?
He gets tossed literally in the fourth quarter, right? Minute of the fourth quarter.
So going into the fourth quarter, he'd played 9 minutes.
Wow.
He had not been playing in this game.
Yeah, 9 minutes, 46 seconds for Malik.
But he deserved to get tossed.
Absolutely.
He screamed. He flexed at the ref. Yes. And he stepped as if he was about to charge at guy.
Yes.
And coach got asked about it post game, kind of what was explained to you. And coach said that pretty much, he got told. No, he did not. No, calm down. Coach just told us that
someone lied to coach.
Someone lied to coach. Someone. We don't know who. But what happened is that the ref said that Malik said one thing, but then coach got told that Malik didn't actually say that towards the ref, or didn't really say it. I forget exactly how it was worded. It wasn't directed towards the ref.
Him directly,
which Malik was staring at that ref the entire time after the fact, by the way.
Yeah, he was chasing him down.
It was pretty crazy. Yeah. But I will say, like, he did have that flex and like step towards him, right? But the ref wasn't looking at him at that time. So I don't think the ref saw it. So it was definitely something he said.
I mean,
in watching back the replay, it looked like he said, like, you got to call that shit with maybe one more expletive in there. God damn.
I think Malik was begging to get tossed.
Absolutely.
Malik had no intention.
Instant toss, no surprise.
He was at the least trying to get a tech, but like you have to know with the way that just the way he approached it, he was going to get tossed. Like I mean, it was off of technically, since there was no foul called, it was a missed dunk. And so Utah's running back the other way in transition. Malik has no intention of playing a shred of defense that possession. He's only trying to get in the ear of the referee. So he's trying to end the possession with the tech.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Alex here that says call a fucking foul, man, is what he saw. That sounds about right to me.
Yeah.
Watching that back, I think that's what I saw him sort of mouth. You also caught and posted on your Twitter De'Aaron laughing in the background when Malik was doing that. And I thought that was hilarious, by the way.
It's like I posted the caption I put on it was real friends, because this is how you know like you're actually friends with somebody is if they're losing their fucking mind
and you're just like laughing.
Bro, Brendan is really losing it right now. Like you're just like, bro, he is so mad.
He's out there,
like,
bro.
Yeah. So that I just thought that was really funny, and that was just like
guaranteed real friends.
Because that's what I would do. I would definitely be like,
this guy's going crazy right
this
now.
Motherfucker really
I'd be recording you.
Because especially since, like we said, like how he stepped to him, De'Aaron was like, oh,
it
this
was
motherfucker
crazy.
Is, like, going
and the replay didn't do it justice of like how much he like did that like step forward. It's like a are you gonna flinch?
Yes, exactly.
Type. Yeah. I'm like doing it in a bunch and looking stupid, but like I promise you, Malik had to move. We're going to get out of here, guys. I told Chris that this was going to be 20, 30 minutes. We're flirting with an hour.
That's how it goes.
And this guy's got a long-ass radio show now.
No, not yet.
Or I'm sorry, I just meant the last 2 days that you had done.
Yes. Yeah.
So you deserve a little bit of a break here.
Hey,
so
it's all right. I got to get back to work tomorrow. Got to put the rundown together tomorrow.
Fair enough. So tune into Chris and Co.
Yeah.
And I don't know who Co is because it's never me, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, never mind.
Nah, yeah, you
know. You want to come on the show this week?
What do you mean? Do you want me to come on the show?
That's not the question.
It is. It is a question. What you mean? It is a question.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, whatever. So you should listen to Chris and his company on. Go listen to Chris and his real friends.
Yeah.
What's your time? What time?
From every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Sacktown Sports 1140 and sacktownsports.com and on the Sacktown Sports 1140 app. You can also hear me on the first hour of Deuce and Mo from 11 to 12 Monday through Friday as well.
Yeah. So there's that.
Okay, now you do your whole little plug thing.
What do you mean?
Your little thank you,
all right,
ladies and gentlemen.
All right, I appreciate everybody listening. Definitely take a look at the Kings Herald. Tomorrow I plan on having a Stockton update out there. Actually.
Your fingers work?
Oh, yeah, crazy, bro. I don't know. We're still figuring it out. About to find out if these hands work. Go full Malik Monk on you right now. Malik Monk and Trey Lyles showdown right now.
I call Brooke Lopez.
You're crazy. All right. So I plan on having that piece out, and all the other guys and gals there have pieces out pretty regularly as well. So take a look at their work and take a look at the Patreon to support local independent Kings coverage. And if you enjoyed this episode of the Kings Pulse podcast, please subscribe, rate, and review. And you'll hear from me again next